Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn It. And welcome back to learning linear equations in two variable. This is the part 2 and we'll start right where we had left off. So if you haven't watched the first video, do watch that first. Now coming back to solving the linear equations by graphical method, we'll take question number 5 from practice set 1.2. The equations are 3x minus 4y is equal to minus 7. That's our first equation. And 5x minus 2y is equal to 0. That's our second equation. So we'll write it in the same format as finding y by assuming the value of x. So the first equation would become y is equal to 3x plus 7 upon 4. And the second equation would become y is equal to 5x upon 2. Now when we take the value of x is 1, we get y is 2.5, and as you can see the other values are also given. You can take any number you like, just make sure that the coordinates you get are not hard to plot. And here on the graph paper we have both the equations. The red line is 3x minus 4y is equal to minus 7, and the blue line is 5x minus 2y is equal to 0. The red coordinates are of the blue line and the blue coordinates are of the red line. And as we can see here, both of those lines meet at 1, 2.5. So this would be your solution for the question. The second method of solving linear equations in two variable is determinant method, or which is also known as Cramer's rule. Now what is a determinant? Determinant is a square matrix which generally has, for your syllabus it only has 4 values, and you're supposed to multiply the diagonals and subtract the other set of diagonals from it to find the solutions. No, you don't have to worry too much about square matrix because you'll get that as a part of your syllabus if you opt for mathematics in further studies. The formula for Cramer's rule is we have to find three determinants that are d, dx and dy. In dx we take the coefficients of x and y as our values. In dx we replace the value of x from d and use the values of the constant, and in dy we do the same, like we remove the value of y from d and use the values of constant instead of it and solve those equations. Let us understand how to find the values of a determinant by solving a sum from practice set 1.3 on page number 16. We'll be solving the question number 3 of question 2. As you can see, the values here are 7 upon 3, 5 upon 3, 3 upon 2 and 1 upon 2. So what you're supposed to do is multiply the diagonal values and subtract them from the other diagonal values. So we'll multiply 7 upon 3 into 1 upon 2, and we'll subtract 5 upon 3 into 3 upon 2 from that. By multiplying we get 7 upon 6 minus 15 upon 6. Now since 6 is common in both of the denominators, we can take that out as common and we get 7 minus 15 upon 6. After solving we get minus 8 upon 6. Simplifying it, we get minus 4 upon 3. You have to simplify it as much as you can, and when you can't anymore, that's your solution. Now we'll solve question number 2 from question 3 of practice set 1.3. Our question is 4x plus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. 6x is equal to 8 minus 5y. When an equation is given in such a way, we have to write it in a format that is like ax plus by is equal to c. So we have written this equation here as 4x plus 3y is equal to 4 and 6x plus 5y is equal to 8. To apply Cramer's rule, we have to find the value of d, dx and dy. To find the value of d, we take the coefficients of x and y and arrange them in determinant format. So we get 4, 3, 6 and 5, and we multiply the diagonals and subtract the other diagonals as we did in the last sum. So we get 4 into 5 minus 3 into 6. By solving we get 20 minus 18 and our answer for D is 2. In dx we have to replace the coefficients of x by the constants. So here the changes would come in the first row, that would be 4, 3, 8 and 5. Now we do the same for solving it. So our solution would go as 4 into 5 minus 3 into 8, which is 20 minus 24, and the value of dx is minus 4. For dy, the values of coefficient of y in d have to be replaced by the constants. So we get 4, 4, 6 and 8. Solving this we get 4 into 8 minus 4 into 6. The solution would go as 32 minus 24, which is 8. So the value of dy is 8. Now we write the sentence by using Cramer's rule, and now the formula has to be applied, that is x is equal to dx upon d. So we have to find the x, and dx is minus 4 and d is 2. So our x would become minus 2, and y is equal to dy upon d. Our y is 8 and d is 2, so we'd get the value of y as 4. And we write the final statement, that is x comma y is equal to minus 2 comma 4 is the solution of the given equation. We will check out one more question from the same practice set. We'll check out question number 6. The equations given are 2x plus 3y is equal to 2 and x minus y upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 2. Now this might get a little confusing because there are denominators in this, but the solution is the same we solved in the last question. So to find the value of d, we take the values of coefficients of x and y. We solve them as 2 into minus 1 upon 2 minus 3 into 1. The solution we get is minus 1 minus 3, and minus minus is plus, so we get minus 4 as the value of d. To find dx, we replace the values of coefficients of x with the constants. In that we get 2 into minus 1 upon 2 minus 3 into 1 upon 2. Now the solution is minus 1 minus 3 upon 2. They are both minus, but they do not have the same denominator, so we have to make the denominator 2. So we'll multiply minus 1 by 2 and we get minus 2 minus 3 upon 2. The solution for dx is minus 5 upon 2. And to find the value of dy, we replace the values of coefficient of y with the values of constant. And in this solution, we get 2 into 1 upon 2 minus 2 into 1. So our solution is 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. Now by using Cramer's rule, x is equal to dx upon d, which is minus 5 upon 2 upon minus 4, which would be minus 5 upon minus 8. And since both of the values are negative, we can cancel them out. So we can cancel out the negative signs. So the value for x is 5 upon 8. And y is equal to dy upon d, which is minus 1 upon minus 4. Here also both of the values are in negative, so we can cancel the negatives out and our solution is 1 upon 4. So we write the final answer as x comma y is equal to 5 upon 8 comma 1 upon 4 is the solution of the given equation. Let's take a break here since I wouldn't want you to get bored with your studies. Let's continue the remaining exercises in the next video. So stay tuned. If you have any doubts so far, please feel free to add them in the comments. And if you have any suggestion for improving our videos, please add them too.